So you're pretty sure your child has anxiety or OCD. But now what? When to go seek a professional. Stay tuned, that's what's up next. A lot of people ask me, Natasha, when should I go and seek some professional help? When do I know that I need some additional support? Well, unfortunately, I think parents wait way too long for this. There's this fear that going and seeing someone professionally, one, makes the problem even more real, and two, brings it up a notch, and three, maybe labels their kids. And really, none of it is farther from the truth. You definitely want to get your child some help if it's impeding their social and emotional development. In simpler terms, if they're having a really hard time functioning, they're not wanting to do things because of their anxiety or OCD, they are feeling physically sick because of their anxiety or OCD, or their grades are being impacted, or the family stress is increasing, or their eating is being impacted, it is really not a choice. It is really something that should happen. Because when it's really impacting some of their daily functioning, whether it's academic, social, or at home, then it's definitely time to go and get some extra help. If you're like, I don't even know where to start. How am I supposed to find a good therapist? Well, I made a video on that because I make videos on everything, and you can find it right here. Even if your child isn't suffering to that level, and let's just say they have anxiety and you're like, Natasha, it's not really impacting them too badly. For starters, don't assume that, because a lot of times the child is suffering quietly and they're not expressing all the things that are happening to them. And a therapist can pull that out of them and give them the coping mechanisms that they need in order to really thrive. Parents don't get help for all sorts of reasons. She's really not that bad. It's kind of expensive. We have so much going on. We don't have time for that. Another thing to our schedule, I don't want to label her. I don't think she'd want to go. In reality, a lot of times kids feel relief that they're not the only one that has this issue. They feel relief that they have a space to talk about it. And they feel comfort in knowing that there are tools and skills that they can use to overcome these issues. Now, maybe you can't find a therapist near you because really, it's not worth going to see a therapist who, one, doesn't really understand children, two, doesn't understand anxiety or OCD. Then you might as well learn about it and do it yourself at home. Now, if your child is adamantly against going, there are other options. There are amazing books out there that you can read on anxiety and OCD, and I'll leave a link below in the comments, my favorite books. There's also online classes, not to talk about my own, but I know that it's sometimes one, hard to get kids to therapy, two, hard to find a good therapist, and three, sometimes financially, it's a burden to pay weekly for a therapist if it's not covered by your insurance. So I have 2 courses currently. I have Teach Your Kids to Crush Anxiety, and I have Parenting Kids with OCD. And both courses will walk you through how to basically help your kids at home. If your child has OCD, I really feel strongly that you do need to get some professional help. And unfortunately, parents wait way too long to get kids help for OCD. A lot of times we'll make excuses because we really don't want to admit that maybe the behavior is OCD. She's got some quirks. There are some habits. It's always something. She likes things done in a very certain way. I think they're tics. They always go away. The problem though is when you bring your child to therapy early, they do much better. And unfortunately, a lot of parents wait until it's really bad to get them help. OCD is all about reinforcing these neural pathways that are going to grow the OCD. So when your child's highway, their neural highway, is just starting to develop and it's a dirt road, I can easily teach your child to break down that road and not grow it. But when you bring your child to me and they have a 6-lane highway because they have had OCD for years and people have been waiting until it's really bad to get help, it's really hard to break down a 6-lane highway. So get your kids help earlier. The earlier, the better. You're not being a mental health hypochondriac. You're being proactive. If you want additional support in parenting your kids with anxiety or OCD, you can join my private Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the comments below. Or you can read some of the books that I talked about or take some of the classes I talked about. You can also listen to my podcast, and I have tons and tons of episodes all on different topics on how to navigate your child through their OCD or through their anxiety. So I hope that helps clarify when to get help. Basically, I'm saying when in doubt, go see a mental health professional, but make sure they know about anxiety and OCD. Otherwise, it's not worth it, because some therapists, especially with OCD, can make it worse and not better if they don't understand how OCD works. If you're liking my videos, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, because I have new videos coming out every Thursday and you don't want to miss one. Until next time, I hope you find the sparkle in everything you do. Take care.